Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and today we're going to review some sailplanes. Now sailplanes are essentially gliders. In the RC hobby there's a community that calls them sailplanes and there's another community that calls them gliders. I'm old school, I call them gliders. So I'm at one of my flying fields right now, so you might hear some planes buzzing around me. There's a few guys behind me flying. So let me tell you about these gliders. They are both distributed by Horizon Hobby and they come under the brand name of E-Flite. So this is the E-Flite Conscendo Evolution, and this is the E-Flite UMX Conscendo. This one's new on the market. This one's been on the market for a long time. You've seen me fly this one in many videos at sunset, and this one I've been flying for the last month since it came out, and it flies essentially the same as this one, surprisingly. Now the great thing with gliders is if it's windy outside, for you people that live in Ireland, you can fly a glider because gliders love the wind. So with these models you can fly them when there's wind or no wind because they have a brushless motor up front. So this one has a brushless motor that flies on a 3S or 4S battery, and this one has a brushless motor that flies on a 2S or 3S battery. Both models have folding props, which is perfect because when you shut the motor off, it doesn't keep spinning, it locks and the props will fold back, which is really good. So on days like today where there's not a lot of wind, I just fly them up in the air and let them glide on down. So let me just grab this large one and show you here. The wingspan on this one is 1,500 millimeters. And this tiny UMX one, the wingspan is 800 millimeters. The claim to fame with the little one is it's under 250 grams, even with the battery. So in a lot of countries, you don't need any certification or anything to fly it. Also, there's a little turny screw up here. You do it with your fingers. If you turn that, the wings come right off. So if you want to fold it up really small or make it really small to fit in some little package, you can. So I come out to my flying area every day and I bring different planes. So today I thought I'd bring these gliders, sailplanes, fly them around and show them both to you, because I'm sure if you're in the RC hobby and you've never flown an RC plane, a glider is an awesome choice. You won't meet anybody on the planet that tells you it's a bad idea to get a glider first. Gliders are so easy to fly because you don't really worry too much about the power. You just get them up and let them glide around. It's really simple to fly these things. All right, I'll show you in this video. Here we go. So we're going to start with the Cendo Evolution, and just in case someone asks, no, the wings do not come off as easy as the smaller version. This one here has a screw. You take those 4 screws out, then the wings come off. So I guess it's not that hard. It does fly on a 3S or 4S battery. I would suggest for beginners use a 3S battery. If you're very good at flying, then use a 4S battery, anywhere from 1500 up to 2200. Obviously, if you go with something like this, which is a 2200 4S, you're going to get an awfully long flight time because you only turn the motor on when you want to pull the plane up. So half of your entire flight is the motor's not running. So you're looking at many minutes. So I'm going to put this battery in. Also, I don't know if you could see it over here. I have an Insta360 Go 2 camera that's going to shoot out over the wing. So it's a little button back here. You push it, the canopy comes off. I'll show you a picture of what it looks like inside. There is actually, surprisingly, quite a bit of space. Now on this plane, I put these little blinky lights on the wings. Can you see them over there? There's one over here and one on the other side. But I have to tell you something. These blinky lights, you buy them off of Amazon. I'll put a link below to where you can get them. I charge them up at the beginning of the winter. I don't charge them up again until the spring, so I don't know how much power's left. I'll turn it on. We'll see what happens. So see some blinking going on there. There's green happening. Is it even working? Oh, no, I think it's dead. That's what happens when you don't charge up your blinky lights. Now I want to show you the wing surface areas on this plane. So my hat cam hopefully is pointing in the right direction. So we have ailerons, right, left. Then we have elevator to go up and down at the back. Up and down. Then we have rudder to go side to side. That's pretty much it. And then you have your motor up front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Conscendo Evolution over there and I'm going to toss it, hand toss it. I'll throw it this way. So I just want to make sure the motor runs. So we're staring at the motor. It's very powerful on 4S. Doesn't take much to toss it, it will fly. That's why I say these are great for beginners. If there was wind, you always throw into the wind. I have no wind today, just my luck. Days I want wind, there's no wind, and days I don't want wind, there's wind. Just toss it nicely. Try not to hit Ron over there, and then I'll just bring it around slow. I'm gonna bring it back to us here on this side of us. So I've got the motor on, I'm gonna shut it off. There we go, motor's off. Sun's there in my eyes. I'm gonna come around over the parking lot, bring it close this time. There we go, it's coming right at me. There we are, going over. Silent, silent, silent hunter. I'm just flying it to show you. I can't really do any gliding because there's no wind. Like I'm gliding now, but honestly. So I'm doing one more pass, coming low right at me here, and I'll see if I can get it to get really close. It just glides so beautifully. There it is, going over. Nice. Gorgeous looking plane. I'm gonna go way up in the sky. It's going almost straight up. It's a dot. Now I'm going to bring it around so it's out of the sun. It's way up there. So let's get it out of the sun. There we are. And I'm just going to glide it. I'm not touching any controls, joysticks. I could just go home now if I wanted to and just let it glide up there. But I do have to bring it back. I'm not going to use the motor. I'm just going to bring it down and land it. I'm just going to let it glide as it glides.
A few minutes later.
Still gliding. Still haven't turned the motor on. It's coming around again for another pass.
3 days later.
Going by me now. Over top. It's getting lower. Getting lower. I'm still flying it with just the right joystick. I have my hand out here doing nothing. Let's turn it this way this time. Now when you turn, the sharper you turn, the more it loses altitude. So here we go. We're coming down. You'll see now it's lower. There we are. Going over. Gliding. Now I'm going to give it a little throttle just so I can blip it up, and then I'm going to turn it back to me and come and land it this way. It's going to come and land right over here. Someplace in front of me. There we are, going right for my camera. But that's it, awesome flight. So I'll say it again, if you're a beginner and you don't fly RC planes, you might want to look into gliders, because gliders take next to zero skill to fly a glider. They fly really nice. Now, when you get good at flying a glider, you can do 3D acrobatics with this. And this plane, the Cendo Evolution, as well as the little UMX version I'm going to fly, is designed for 3D acrobatics for people who know how to do that. You know, like flips and rolls and all sorts of things. And it looks really cool, especially at sunset. All right, let's get the UMX out. Next, we have the UMX version of the Cendo Evolution. I don't know if they call it Evolution. I think they just call it the UMX Cendo. So this one you can fly on a 2S or 3S battery, and the battery is very small. It looks like this. It's a very tiny battery. Mine is a 300 milliamp hour LiPo battery. And surprisingly, with this battery, your flight time is pretty long. I don't think this one with a tiny battery, you're going to get a half hour. However, I think you'll get something like, I don't know, 15 minutes with this, you know, on and off with the power, maybe 20. Now, one thing I found with UMX planes is in order to make them so light to fly, the foam is very, very thin. You don't want to be squishing the foam in with your fingers. I've done that too many times, and you can just break the foam just by touching it. But I will say they hold up to a crash quite well, which is good. I'm going to try to put a camera in the center. I think it might be powerful enough to lift it. We'll find out. Ailerons, elevator right here, and of course you have rudder. So you have full control over this plane. Let's see if our motor works. Very powerful, and the props fold back. So, you know, that reduces resistance as it's flying. All right, I do have a little camera, Insta360 Go up top. Let's see if it flies with the camera on top. I'll try to keep it very close to me so that I can catch it in this hat cam. So there we go. Toss it. There we go. Flies perfect to me. Bring it back. Bring it overhead here. And there we go. Wonk. I'll go this way. I've turned off the motor. I'm just letting it glide. I'm trying to bring it down, nosing it down at me. It will stay up for a long time. There it is. It's beautiful. That's no motor, nothing. I'll bring it down low again. This is definitely a beginner plane. Definitely a beginner plane. Next to no input required by me. Just flies along. It's very good. A lot of fun in the evenings at sunset flying these planes. They are a joy to fly because they make no noise and people just love to watch them. And I don't know if you can see it on my hat cam. You can do acrobats. Go up. I'm doing a big
ESC 10.4
loop.
volts.
Do some flips.
Mode 1.
And roll it.
Mode 2. ESC 10.7 mode 1.
Okay, I'm gonna bring this down for a landing. I'm not touching anything, I'm just letting it go. It's coming right at me. I'm trying to control it to keep it straight at me here because I want it to land someplace here. Go by. It's still going, but there we go. It landed. All right, so that's it. I just wanted to come out and show everybody the sailplanes, which are also gliders, because I do get asked an awful lot, what is a good plane for a beginner? There's lots of good planes that are for beginners. Sailplanes, gliders are exceptionally good planes for beginners. They require very little input on your joysticks and they just fly. They're awesome. So I'm going to put links to both of these planes below. This one here, the Cendo Evolution 1.5 meters, been out for a very long time. you'll see lots of videos of it on YouTube. This one's new. It came out maybe a month ago, so you'll see less videos of it, but I'm sure everybody loves both. All right, guys, if you have questions on either of these planes, post them below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in a future video with many more cool video reviews. Until then, I say bye.